Hello, I'm Martin Kromberg, and this is the IoT Developer Show. Today we have Daniel Homeland, a software developer here at Intel, talking with us about blockchain and the Hyperledger Sawtooth implementation. Daniel, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thanks for having me. It's great to be on the show.
So what is Hyperledger and Sawtooth?
Hyperledger is a collaborative effort that's run by the Linux Foundation to bring businesses together to work on enterprise-level blockchain solutions. Hyperledger also has around 100 or so members. Some of them are financial and some of them are technological. Intel is a member, IBM, Cisco, but it also includes the Bank of England, the Bank of China, and the Bank of India.
Okay, so then what is Sawtooth?
Sawtooth is a implementation of a blockchain that Intel has contributed to the Hyperledger Foundation.
Okay, so, before diving in, let's kind of get on the same page by giving a brief overview of blockchain in general. Blockchain is a type of database, but it's fundamentally different from a traditional database. A traditional database is centralized in a single location, while in contrast, blockchain is a distributed database, correct?
Right. So with a blockchain, it has three important components. First of all, it is distributed, so there's no single point of failure. Nodes can come and go from the blockchain, and the blockchain remains functional while they're doing that. It also contains immutable data, which means that once data is entered into the blockchain, there is a cryptographic hash of that data that's distributed to all the members of the blockchain, so that if the data changes, everybody will know. It also enables two-party peer-to-peer transactions, which means that two parties can exchange an asset without the need for a trusted third party.
Okay, well, let's take a look at a real-world example to help us understand these concepts a little bit better. Like Intel, many companies are pursuing a conflict-free supply chain to ensure that their products come from conflict-free areas. Blockchain can help companies to ensure that their manufacturing plants use minerals purchased from an ethically certified mining operation and transported effectively. Let's take a look at the blockchain process that will help ensure that. When the minerals are purchased, the parties create a block in the chain with the transfer information. Each time that the minerals change hands, the two exchanging parties add another block. When the manufacturing plant finally receives the shipment, it can look at that blockchain and verify the path that the minerals took. If someone were to try and alter one of the blocks, the cryptographic signature would alert all the parties to that change.
Exactly. Data that's entered into the blockchain is immutable, and it also provides a chain of attestation going back to the beginning or the Genesis block. So if goods are delivered to you, you can trace them back through their supply chain with cryptographic fidelity. This is one of the reasons why blockchain is a potentially disruptive technology, because if you can make two-party transactions easy, that means that security can be applied to every part of the supply chain. So instead of spending hours at a bank, parties can come together and within minutes form a secure contract.
I can imagine that having that trusted peer-to-peer data layer can enable developers to really create some new and really interesting applications.
The data layer with blockchain is separate from the application layer, so you can be a system administrator and administrate the data layer, but there are also application developers that can build smart contracts or different ways of trading on top of that blockchain.
Very interesting. So I saw quite a few blockchain implementations as part of the Hyperledger group. Now, what does Intel's Sawtooth add to the ecosystem?
Sawtooth has a number of interesting features that are implemented. First of all, it provides on-blockchain voting. So if the participants within a blockchain want to change the settings of the blockchain, they can vote and change the settings dynamically. It also provides a transaction processor that uses advanced techniques to determine if there are any dependencies between transactions. If there are dependencies between them, it'll serialize them. If there aren't, it executes them in parallel. So it's faster than many other blockchain solutions that are out there right now. Sawtooth also provides advanced language bindings, so developers of smart contract applications can develop in their favorite languages, such as Go or Ruby or Python.
Very nice. Does Intel offer any kind of security advantages as well with Sawtooth?
That was actually one of the prime reasons that Sawtooth was donated to the Hyperledger Foundation. Sawtooth takes complete advantage of Intel's trusted execution environments. This allows it to have more efficient algorithms in some senses. For instance, the Bitcoin blockchain uses a concept called proof of work in order to create a consensus among the nodes. The default algorithm with Sawtooth is called proof of time. The reason why we're able to use this algorithm, which is a more efficient algorithm, is because it runs within the trusted execution environments available on Intel processors.
Okay, so basically the host is able to use a trusted execution environment, and then the entire blockchain can use a more efficient algorithm. And that allows for a safer and quicker transaction time.
And it allows for application developers to build new, interesting business models on top of it.
So where can people go to learn more about Hyperledger Sawtooth?
Well, you can visit the Hyperledger project page, see all the member organizations that are there. They have an extensive amount of documentation, both for people that are trying to deploy a blockchain as well as application developers. You can also see their forum and resources. They have a number of videos, webinars, white papers, etc.
Okay, well, Daniel, thank you so much for coming and telling us all about Hyperledger Sawtooth and how developers can leverage it to create cool new applications. And thank you guys for joining me today. Don't forget to like our YouTube and Facebook pages, and see you guys next month.